Hello friends, Marcy here, and I am ready to ink up the new Leonardo Momento Zero pen, and I'm anxious to write with the new flex nib. In another video, I had presented some swatch cards with some ink colors I was considering, and then I went back to my swatch book and saw my Noodler's Navajo Turquoise, which I have not used in a pen that I've recorded. So it's been used on a dip pen or whatever, but not inside a pen that has been recorded. So I'm going to stamp this up, and I think I'm going to switch from these two choices and go with the Navajo Turquoise. So let me get my stamps. I'm going to stamp some sections on my ink swatch journal book. It's ink swatch / pen journal book. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to ink up this pen, which I have taken apart because I went to rinse the nib section, and we're going to be ready to go. So I have these stamps. Actually, I have more stamps that I have received that I haven't shared with you yet, but I have these stamps, and up here I have a stamp, which this stamp came after this. So I'm noting that this is a dip pen section, and then at the bottom I'm recording here when I ink a fountain pen, I'm recording the pen nib size and such, just for a record. And I need to get out my other nib stamp that I've received and share with you. Let me give you an example here. So dip pen, fountain pen. I received the fountain pen stamps at a later time, so they are more toward the back, but I'm enjoying them. Yeah, I love it. So anyway, we're going to go back to filling this pen with the Noodler's Navajo Turquoise. I'm going to put my pen section together. Look at me. I don't know where that came from. Put my pen section together with my wet fingers after rinsing this nib. I must have touched an ink on a page in my journal. So Noodler's inks are known for being full to the brim. And since this has not been recorded in my swatch book as filling a pen, you know it is full. So here we go. Hope I have you in frame with plenty of light. Let me check this. Maybe that'll help. And this nib size is quite large. Again, I forget to put my plunger down. There we go. I'm excited about this nib because it's a flex nib, and I do like to experience different nibs. Of course, different pens and different pen qualities, but along that experience, I want different nibs in my I don't want to say collection, because I don't feel I'm a pen collector. I feel I'm a pen experiencer, you know, a nib experiencer. I'm experiencing, not collecting, because I don't want to. Collector to me means collect it and put it on a shelf and store it. I don't want to do that. I want to receive it, enjoy it, and use it. So we have here the Leonardo. Oh, this ink is a beautiful color for this. Oh, goodness. Momento Zero. We'll just see how it performs in this flex nib. And by the way, if you didn't see my first impression reveal, this is a flex nib fine. So, and let's do a little bit experience here with the flex. The beauty of a flex nib is you can get different widths on your ink. And oh my goodness, this ink, wow. And shades. So at the top of this, it's a very light, and at the bottom where the flex puts down more ink, it's darker. So I'm enjoying that shade. And you see the little ink swatch sample here. So you have different, wow, this is fun. You have different line widths for the downstroke, the upstroke, and the horizontals. And it's very wet with this flex nib here, which is fine. I'm saying fine is it's okay with me. It's fine. It's okay with me that it's very wet. But also the nib is fine, and you can still see the wetness of this stroke. So a lot of experiences here. And I'm just enjoying the shading on this. Wow. So I'm going to let this dry a little bit more and let you see the differences here. And I'm going to get out the Rhodia tablet and we'll do a little bit of writing. So we've had a minute to dry. We still have some wet strokes here, as you can see if I turn it to the light, how it reflects. But you can see the shading here, which is gorgeous. And I'm going to move this aside and bring out the Rhodia pad, Rhodia dot pad, and I'm going to write with this, but I also want to show you that this is the third flex nib that I have, actually the fourth. I really don't use the first one I ever purchased, which was years ago. I need to get that out, I guess, and experience it. But this one is the second. This is a Monteverde carbon fiber. It was also a collector's edition for 2022, and it says it has the Omniflex nib here. This pen was inked, but it is currently flushed. There's no ink in here to show you a writing sample. And this has the fabulous magnetic click cap. This is the Conklin Durgraph Rainbow with, again, the Omniflex nib. And these two pens are made by the same umbrella company, so it would stand to reason that they have the same name. But I'll put down a little bit of ink with this nib in a moment after we write again with the, oh my goodness. Sorry, I just put down this heavy pen and picked this up and noticed right away the weight difference. So that was pretty dramatic there. I'll have to bring out my scale sometime and do some weight measurement reviews and comparisons on that. So, wow. All right, so we have the Leonardo. And by the way, oops, I'm spelling Leonardo. I realized where the ink on my fingers came from. When I had the wet nib after rinsing it, I dried it on a towel that had ink on it. And so I stained my fingers. But I'm around ink all the time. Yeah, ink. So this is the Leonardo Momento Zero. And this is a fine flex nib. And this gorgeous ink performing so well with all these colors is Noodler's. Let's see. Oh, I put Apache. I was thinking Apache Sunset. Navajo Turquoise. Okay. So anyway, and it dries fairly quickly. Again, I do have some puddles, thick spots of ink on the apostrophe here and other places. So if it's very fresh, it's very wet. I'm not sure the drying time here. But today is Saturday. I'm just really pleased with the way the colors in this ink are matching the celluloid colors in this pen. All right. And I usually do not write this sentence because I just write other stuff. But here we go. I used to use this sentence when I was teaching handwriting letters in kindergarten years ago, so that we covered all the letters of the alphabet without the boredom of ABCs in order. Wow, nice. And I do see some spots of shading and quick drying there, and also some wet spots that are still on top of the paper. So I'm loving this ink choice with the colors in this pen. And while we're letting that dry, let's look at the Conklin Durograph Rainbow, which is, it has the Omniflex. Actually, let's look at both of those because that one looks very large. Yeah, so the Conklin looks a little longer than the Leonardo as far as nib size. If I can get closer without the blur. Yeah. Okay. And I do believe this, let's see, this is the oh, there I go again. Hard start because I haven't been using it and it was vertical. So let me see. Yeah, it's getting close to the end as well. There we go. Beautiful rainbow pen. Omniflex. And I do know that the ink is the Private Reserve Blue Suede, which is a gorgeous choice again for this pen. So let's look at some fast swirls and let's look at some flecks. All right, am I in frame? Oh, I kind of ate up my paper a little bit right there. Too much pressure. So one more writing sample here with the sentence. And if I go slower, I could show off some of the, properties of a flex nib. Okay, let's spell this. I happened to glance up there to see where I was at. All right, so I believe this is a wetter writer. It doesn't say that it's medium or fine. It's just Omniflex, and I guess Omni means not just one size, not just a fine, not just a medium. So it's Omniflex nib. And it is a wetter writer than the fine on the Momento Zero. I do enjoy the flex nibs. I'll have to ink this one up again and come back and do a try comparison of the three. But I'm just having fun. I'm enjoying my pens. I'm enjoying my nibs. I'm enjoying my inks. And I'm really enjoying you being with me on my journey. So thank you for being here. And you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.